Hello again. So I just harvested a bunch of rosemary. I gave some to my neighbor because she was walking by, but here we go. There's rosemary. I have a lovely large rosemary bush out front, two of them actually, in my front yard. They get most sun, partial shade in the afternoon, evening. They grow amazingly well. So if that's anything for you, you should always plant rosemary by your front garden gate or your front door for protection. And it just smells beautiful as you walk by, and it brushes your legs and you get the whiff of the rosemary. It's wonderful. The way to harvest rosemary is, if you can picture this as one of the branches, and it's straight out from the plant, and then there's a couple of branches off that branch. You want to trim down the center branch down to the V, where the two other branches going off it join, if that makes sense. And then, and that's what you would harvest it. And of course, you can cut off larger branches if you need to, if your rosemary bush is getting out of control. But that's the way to promote bushier growth with your rosemary. When you do the cut down the center to the V, it promotes more growth. Anyways, if you are harvesting your rosemary for cooking purposes and you would like to have it fresh while you're cooking, take your rosemary in pieces maybe around 6 to 8 inches long, and place them in a freezer bag, and roll up the freezer bag, releasing any air, and zip it up, and maybe keep it rolled up and put an elastic band around it, date it, and put it in the freezer. And then you just take pieces of lavender. I also have lavender here. Take your pieces of rosemary out as you need them throughout the year when it's winter time and you're cooking turkeys and chickens and things like that. The other way to do it is to take the rosemary, and just like in my lavender video, I just take bunches of rosemary and I tie a string around the end with about 10 of these together. Or what I tend to do for more easier method is I take the rosemary, and I'm just going to see if I can, sorry, I don't have my GoPro on me right now, but I just basically take the rosemary off. I just brush down, literally brush down very hard. So I'll try that again. It's not difficult to do that. You just remove all the pieces, and I usually take a paper bag and I cut it open and lay them on the paper bag to dry. If you need, I usually let it dry for at least a couple of weeks, and you'll know when it's dry. It will just be very crispy. At that point in time, you can either grind it up in a grinder and put it in jars for use for cooking, or you can leave them like these pieces here and do as you will with them when you need them. Rosemary can be laid on your windowsills to keep bugs from coming into your home. That's a really unique thing. You can also take the pieces of the rosemary and put a bunch of them in a bowl and put them in your closet, and that will also stop bugs from getting at your clothes and bugs or moths getting in your closet. We love the smell of rosemary, but bugs absolutely despise it. So again, along your windowsills or in your closet. The other thing you can do is part of campfires. You can put sage and rosemary and other herbs in your campfire to burn, to keep mosquitoes and other bugs away from you during the lovely evenings with your family and friends. There's so much more. Rosemary can be used for so many things, in essential oils, essential therapies. So just, Google some more information about it. I'm really glad you dropped by for this video on rosemary and harvesting and what the uses of. And also, it's very magical and it smells amazing. It does smell absolutely fantastic. So thank you for seeing my video. Subscribe to Genuine Nation YouTube channel, and I would love to see your comments. And thank you very much, and I hope you have a bright blessings day.